Welcome, everybody. Today is a Binghamton City Council special business meeting. I call this meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, can we do a roll call, please?
Councilmember Murray is absent. Councilmember Middleton is absent. Councilmember Kavanaugh. Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Present.
Councilmember Matavetsky.
Present.
Councilmember Rathmo. Present. Council President Dundon.
Present.
Thank you.
So this is first reading legislation, introductory ordinance 025-43, considered in rules and procedures, and I'll hand it over to Councilmember Matavetsky.
All right, I'd like to make a motion to introduce introductory ordinance 025-43.
Having a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
A motion and a second. Let's have a discussion.
All right. So basically, currently, city does not require financial disclosures from elected officials, board members, appointments of different varieties like department heads. Other levels of government do have these types of disclosures, and this ordinance would put us more in line with how other levels of government operate in terms of disclosure.
So when I was working on this, I did take the financial disclosure form that Broome County actually uses, and I figured that would be. And I know as one thing when I was running for office that I was adamant about was transparency. I will never speak for another council member, so I won't speak for the rest of this council, but I also think this is the first step into having a little more transparency here in the city of Binghamton government. I think there's also room for after this to work on updating our board of our ethics procedure and cleaning up some of that in the charter too. But I think this is a nice first step to begin being as transparent as least that I talked about in my campaign. Anyone else?
I have some of the same concern and reservations I had at the work session when this was brought up. I feel that some of the advisory boards should not be required to conform to this disclosure, that they're purely advisory. And I have some lingering questions about a few of the kind of deputy level things that are covered by this. So I will remain open to hearing ongoing criticisms and concerns of it as it's implemented, but I also often say, do not let the perfect be the enemy of the good. And overall, this is a good thrust for transparency, and I think absolutely elected officials and department heads should make this sort of disclosure. So I will be voting for it, just with those few reservations that I will continue to monitor.
And Councilmember Kavanaugh, I agree with you. With any new legislation that we put forward, whether it was good cause eviction or even proactive code, it's something I will keep an eye on myself in case anything needs to be amended, because never once do I believe you're going to get something right the first time. It may need adjustments in the future. So
there were a couple of reservations that Councilman Kavanaugh brought up. I don't want to pretend like I did a deep dive on it, but I did speak to someone in the county who did not think that it would be a barrier to people. They didn't see it as an issue in terms of people deciding to be on boards or not at the county level. I also brought up the ethics proposal here to the Southside Neighborhood Assembly. And in the audience there was my CDAC appointment, as well as multiple members of the Environmental Commission, none of which bristled or anything at the idea of financial disclosure. So I've done rudimentary look and haven't seen any concrete examples of people that would be swayed to not participate based on disclosures.
I
I think what I would just add to that Southside Neighborhood Association perspective, so those directly impacted, certainly positive, but from community members who were there, they appreciated that this was something that council was not only considerate of, but taking steps to ensure that we're being responsible and accountable.
Anything you'd like to comment?
Oh, no, I just plan on voting yes on this, so
Okay.
it's important that we have it. Thank you.
Yeah, my only thoughts real quick is that I fully expected that we already had this in place when I got elected and that it would be part of the process of onboarding, having to fill out some forms. So that was a surprise to me. So I'm glad that we're moving to the point where we're actually making it reality and raising the bar for ethics in the city. That's all.
I guess for people to understand how this might actually be used, the way I conceive of it is that right now it's on each, like in terms of a vote, whether it be this group or a different board or commission, we can recuse ourselves from a vote if we believe we have a conflict, but there's no, other than like if you put stuff on social or something, no easy way to see whether or not someone did have a conflict and didn't recuse themselves. So this would be something that you'd know that there's an existing document.
Yeah, I would have been a perfect example last year. Nobody would have known I worked for Gorick as my last employer through the union. And then we were bidding on their demolitions. So if it wasn't for my honesty to recuse myself, nobody would have known that, which with these, because not everybody's going to be as honest. Now with these, you would know automatically, and then they would have to recuse themselves anyways. Does anyone else have anything they'd like to add? Madam Clerk, can we do a roll call? Yeah.
Councilmember Middleton,
Aye.
Councilmember Kavanaugh,
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Councilmember Matavetsky.
Aye.
Councilmember Rathmel,
Aye.
Council President Dundon.
Aye.
Thank you. That is 6-0.
And with that, this meeting is going to be for an adjournment.